It's you call that radio TV. It's the Friday night phone in. It's we're 4 hours away from 4 hours away from the end of dry January. Although I think it's maybe we should maybe make that a monthly thing. And we've got Darren Connell on the show. I think actually the last time I spoke to him was maybe a January, and I was also discussing dry January and stuff like that. Darren is one of Scotland's best stand-up comedians. He also has a brilliant podcast as well that I listen to often, and you might know him from Scottish Squad and stuff. But it's been a while since he's done that. I think we should just focus on his actual stand-up material and the nights that he's doing. He runs nights at Blackfriars. He's also got a massive show in March for the Glasgow Comedy Festival. It's Darren Connell. How you doing, mate?
Mate, thank you so much for having us back on. I literally gorged on a chocolate bar there. I don't know if you could hear it through the mic. Like a football player about to come on and play in a cup final. I'm lying on my belly, mate, just gorging on chocolate.
Well, I think the last time we spoke, we were talking about healthy things. How's what you doing health-wise?
I feel good, mate. As I get older, I'm just a lot more kinder to myself. I'm not a vegan anymore because that ended up really bad for my health. So really, I just walk and do a wee bit of calorie counting, mate. I mean, I'm not the fittest guy in the world. I had a smoked sausage for my dinner the night. No regrets whatsoever, by the way. A smoked sausage, 2 minutes in the microwave. Kapoom.
Wait, I thought, when you said smoked sausage, I was imagining, because the only time I ever would have a smoked sausage would be a chippy or something. So why, when you just getting them for the freezer?
Mate, I know a guy, right?
You know,
I know a
sausage
guy.
king. So you get the sausage king sorting you.
I know a guy that sorts me out, mate.
So veganism didn't work for you because obviously you were doing that for moral reasons and health reasons. Some people aren't just designed for it. It doesn't work for them. You're not the first person to say that.
Well, I love the fact that the last time I was on, I was pure, yeah, I'm a vegan. And then I'm like, I had a smoked sausage for dinner. No, you know what? I was a vegan for 2 years, mate. And it really helped me for a year. And then see the second year, that's when I started to get hair loss. I couldn't donate blood. And I fainted. And the doctor was like, you need to start eating like fish and stuff. And as soon as I started eating fish again, mate, I felt instantly better.
Wow. So
I don't recommend smoked sausages, though.
Yeah, I don't think smoked sausages is the... There's got to be a middle ground between veganism and smoked sausage in a microwave. And that's what we're searching for. The nice balance. Life's all about balance, isn't it?
Anything for a microwave.
Do you believe that the microwave is potentially evil?
Probably. I mean, look at the size of my forehead. That's through 37 years of microwave dinners, mate.
I mean, I won't touch any microwave food, but I inhale chemicals from a robotic device. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Come back in 10 years.
Come back in 10 years. We've got who we got in the show. We've got Ali's in the house. Hello, Ali. Hello, Jaylee. Hello, Stuart. Thank you for joining us. It's great to have you back. We've got the comedy festival coming up in March. This is a big room. Where is it? You're in the King's Theatre.
Yes, mate. I'm at the King's Theatre on Thursday, the 27th of March, and it's going to be the biggest show that I've ever done.
The last time you had what happened the last time you did the big show? It was like, did it not get cancelled or something? And it wasn't your fault, they double booked or something crazy?
No, it was the Pavilion, mate.
The Pavilion, so, that's the one, aye.
I had a special. So basically, I've been a stand-up comedian, guys, for 16 years, right? So that's a lot of material. And I booked the Pavilion for the 27th of September, which was the September weekend. And considering there was absolutely no promotion for the Pavilion, I was going to sell it out. And then a big London agency got in touch saying, we're really sorry, you're probably going to hate us, but a show's coming into town and we need to take your space. So they took my space, never gave me an option. They were trying to give me other dates. 12th of July was one of them. No, thank you very much. And it just didn't work out. And then the people for the Glasgow Comedy Festival, who I've known for a very long time, were very kind to say, why don't you do the Kings in March? Now, this is going to be a different show altogether. It's not going to be a special. It's going to be a new stand-up comedy show altogether. I'll do a special eventually one day, but this is going to be a good show. So, it was pretty devastating, mate. I'm not going to lie. It totally wobbled me, but the Kings is a lot better, isn't it?
It's a great space. Why? The only thing that annoys me about the Kings is why are we always naming things after royalty? Where you can't go. I went for a blood test earlier in the month, and it was. It's not just about it's not just my anti-royalty. It's nothing to do with that, right? It's nothing to do with that. It's maybe a bit to do with that, but I just find it hard to know what hospital is. Like, is it the Queen Victoria? Is it the Queen Elizabeth? Is it the Royal Infirmary? Do you know? I feel like we could be doing with a bit of balance, you know, like the veganism and the smoked sausage. We need a bit of balance in there. That'll be the competition we'll do tonight, actually. I'll give away tickets to the Gyro Babies album launch on the 29th of March. I don't know, I'm not putting you in the spot to give away tickets. But what could we call our hospitals? What could we call our theatres? Who could we name it after? Do we need to keep saying Elizabeth, Victoria?
I know.
Charles. There's got to be. I don't know if there's any Charles things. The parks, I know, man. The King's Park, the Victoria Parks.
Imagine that, the Jimmy Cranky Brain Clinic.
Mate, I'm for it. I wish you would remember that. Where were you? Were you at the Jimmy Cranky Brain Clinic? Yep, you're going to remember that, not the other ones. So we'll go. I've got. Let us know in the comments what you would name the hospitals and the parks. Maybe we could keep a theme. Maybe it could be something like the Royals, or maybe we could just move on to something else. So but your health in general, you got a bit of the flu.
Oh mate, I had the norovirus there, so I was absolutely floored for 3 days. Then I was in my bed for about 10 days in total. Great way to lose weight, by the way. I tell you what, see if anybody is listening and they're chubby, don't go to the gym. Just go out and lick a pavement, and you'll lose some weight.
I did the same thing in Mexico, and now it's funny you mention that because I've been going to the gym for the first time in my life. I've just talked about it, so I don't want to go back into all that conversation again because this will be coming out as an audio podcast and someone's just listening to me saying the same thing. But I was looking at pictures of me in a couple of months in Mexico. I was like, that'll be all the walking I did. That's why I looked healthier, you know, a wee bit of tan and a bit of walking. That's why I looked so good. And now that I think about it, because I've been going to the gym and I've been doing the treadmill and I've been walking everywhere and I've been trying to get my steps in, and I've not really lost any weight. So I think it was purely down to the food poisoning. I'm assuming it was food poisoning I had, and I definitely shifted some weight with that. I wouldn't recommend that though.
You're looking well, mate. You are looking well.
Well, it's probably just a bit of lighting. The lighting might be quite good tonight. I've got two big lights there. But well, I've been doing my dry January. So I think the last time I spoke to you, I was like, do you know what? I feel like I'm getting sick of drink. I feel like I'm genuinely sick of drink though.
Yeah.
I couldn't touch it this month because I couldn't deal with a hangover. I've too much going on, and I feel like maybe it's time to just retire. Because I feel like everyone seems to have, you know, they say you hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need to hit rock bottom. Maybe I can just say hangovers are too shite now, and just who wants to actually hit rock bottom? What am I going to do? Something terrible's going to happen. So maybe I could just quit drinking because of shite hangovers. Is that allowed?
Mate, you should have that as a motivational poster on a AA meeting. Just hangovers are shite, man.
Well, the thing is that, you know, all my friends are alcoholics. They won't respect me if I don't hit rock bottom. Well, he's just posing. He's a fucking poser.
Get off the bus before it crashes, my friend.
Ben Wrong wants it called the William Hill Infirmary. Ali Grant wants to name things after cakes. The Donut Theatre, Muffin Park, Yum Yum Hospital. I'm liking that.
I would go to the Yum Yum Hospital, even if I didn't need help.
What about your Blackfriars shows look great, and I mean this is another thing because I've done a month without drink before, but what I normally do is like it's quite easy for me if I just become a hermit, which is just stay in the house and not socialise. So this month I have actually been going to my mate Big Al. He was at a comedy improv night. It was his first ever live performance of that. He did great. Shouts to Just Frank or Big Al. I don't know what his stage name is these days, and going to a couple of gigs and stuff. And Guinness Zero has been an absolute. I love it. It feels like an actual Guinness. Do you partake in anything like that, or do you just is that too dodgy to drink?
No,
that taste like alcohol?
Do you know? I mostly avoid it because it's high in calories, and I'm not much of a fat bastard. I would rather get my calories for food, to be honest. So, but see if I'm out with my pals or it's a Friday, Saturday night, I would happily have a Guinness Zero. I've had a Guinness Zero before and it's delicious. It was so close to the real thing that I was quite suspicious that it was an actual Guinness. I tell you what I really like though, seeing Blackfriars, they do a pint of Zero Guinness and that is delicious, mate. That's delicious.
Well, I think you've sold me. Because that was the next point I was going to make is that I'm gutted that I've missed all the Blackfriars gigs because usually my situation is that the weekend I'm usually playing or organising gigs Friday, Saturday. Sunday I need to just recover. And then midweek, during the week I just work, whether it's this or whatever I'm doing freelance, I'm just working. So I can't justify going out. But when I actually think about it on reflection, I can't justify going out because I'm imagining that I'm going to feel terrible in the morning. So now, with the hindsight of wisdom and understanding that Guinness just tastes like Guinness if there's alcohol in it or no. Beer tastes like water, but Guinness tastes like Guinness whether you put poison in it or not. So on that note, when is the next Blackfriars gig? And I'm going to put it in my diary.
So I can't give away tickets to the Kings because, as you know, venues take a cut and stuff. So if I was to give away a ticket, I'd probably have to pay for it myself. But I can give away tickets to the Blackfriars gig, no bother. So I can give away, 10 tickets to anybody that's listening. But mate, you're welcome anytime, and I'll get you on. It's on every Wednesday. I'm a promoter. I'm a comedian as well, but I promote the night. So this Wednesday, Paul Black is headlining and Raymond Mearns is hosting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a mega lineup.
Lineup.
It's pretty consistently the biggest names in Scotland you're getting. I suppose that's the thing that comedy is. There's a lot of similarities to comedy and music, but one of the big differences is that you can't rehearse music in the same way as you can comedy. It's a different thing. So you've got, the many times I've been at the Stand or something and seen a random Frankie Boyle or a random Kevin Bridges or Dylan Moran one time randomly as well. Because you can't practice that stuff in the house. You can memorise stuff, but or have you ever tried to do it? Can you give me an example of rehearsing without a crowd and how it?
Well, thanks very much for saying that, mate. I try to make a night that is welcome to professionals to come and try new stuff, but I've also set it up for new people to come and do a gig, and then I've made it a safe space as well for people that are anxious or, the industry that we work in is quite a dark industry back in the day. So I've made it a nice green room for people to come and chill and take it easy. But what you were saying about comedy was I can't really practice it in front of anybody. I've been doing it for so long now that I can understand that something will be funny. A subject will be funny, a word might be funny, and then I go up in front of a crowd and try and figure it out. So last week, Ray Bradshaw was on and Mark Jennings were on, and they were going up. Ray Bradshaw did 35 minutes, and he mostly improved it, and it was fantastic. Mark Jennings worked out a new 10 minutes as well. So I would rather go to my Blackfriars night and work it out in front of a crowd. So when it comes to the Kings, I've got a show done. But back in the day, man, I used to fucking talk into a hairbrush and all that.
And so with the show that you've got, what is, are you, is it complete, or are you still finding new things and new ideas?
I'll be slagging the pavilion for an hour, mate.
Is there a rivalry? Is there a rivalry? Is there theatrical rivalry?
No, it's just because they cancelled my show.
But do they care? Do they see each other as a kind of an old firm mentality between the Kings and the Pavilion, or are they rivals, or are they in cahoots?
Notice how I've instantly sold my soul. See, when I done when the Pavilion asked me, I was like, "Yeah, man, the Pavilion's amazing. So much history, Jimmy Cranky." Then it get cancelled, and I was like, "Fuck them all, man. Place is a shithole. The Kings is better."
But you did still end up playing the Pavilion about a week later anyway, or something.
I did. I went back and did the Some Laugh podcast. I sneaked through the fire exit, and I honestly, and I'll be honest with you. See, I mean, this is how badly run it is from the London point of view. See, the guy that was working the sound that night in the Pavilion, he never even knew that my show get cancelled. So I had to tell him it get cancelled. Then I went on stage, slagged the Pavilion all night, and he took it like an absolute champ. He done that. Look, mate, fair enough, man. I mean, he did look uncomfortable and stuff, but he took it on the chin like a champ.
Well, it's comedy. It's got to be done. I like that though, man. That's the ultimate comeback.
Yeah.
Who's the best comedian in Scotland right now?
Right now, top of their game. Top of their game, absolutely fantastic. I would say Christopher MacArthur-Boyd.
Yeah, I went
absolutely fantastic.
I went to his show at the Pavilion. Was it the Pavilion? Where did they shoot whenever he filmed his special?
Yeah,
I was at that one about a month ago. I would totally agree with that. He was just smashing it, just from start to finish.
See, the thing about Christopher is he's a good person. Like, he's got likability. He's a good person. He's brand new. He's doing it my Wednesday night every second week. Sometimes I'm trying to pay him. He's not taking fees. He's just kind and a good person, and also just get funny bones. So see, when you see people like that doing well, I'm like, good on him, man. He deserves it. He's worked very, very hard, and he's had help from absolutely nobody. And I'm just very proud of him, man. It makes me feel really happy.
It's great that you say that, because it's I love to see it when somebody good does well. But I suppose there'll be other people that will be looking at him funny because he's doing well, and they'll be jealous.
Yes.
Do you think he'll be getting that amongst certain comedians, or is he just too brand new that everyone will be happy for him?
I think from my experience, if I've ever experienced jealousy and bitterness and people being angry and not happy for you, it's from people that are not that talented. So it's from the people that don't really matter. So I think he's wise enough, mature enough to deal with it and be all right. I mean, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about him, probably because I'd fucking slap them. But I'm sure everybody gets it, myself included. Do you know what I mean?
And if you're listening to the audio podcast, I did interview Christopher a few months ago. Just look up Christopher MacArthur-Boyd. You call that radio. I think we just talked about wrestling for about an hour, but it was funny. It was good stuff.
Aye. He's a good boy.
100%. Another way, I suppose, so you've got the Blackfriars on the go to try and work out new material. I was wondering how your podcast, which is brilliant, everyone check out Darren's podcast. Does that also help to sort of flesh out material? Because obviously you're talking about maybe how your week's been or what's happening in the news. Has that been a benefit to your stand-up material?
Absolutely. It's like, it's made me strip away building things up on a pedestal. Because before I used to be like, right, I've got a gig at the Glee next month, and see, for that full month, I would just think about the gig. See, now, I'm like, I need to write 1 hour of a podcast every week. Don't get me wrong, it's no rocket science. We're talking shite and having a laugh, but you still have to make it good. So see that pressure of being like, I need a structured hour here and just get on with it, get your head down. I feel like it's removed anxiety, it's made me more confident, and it's also made me be like, do you know what? I'm going to go up and do 10 minutes a night at Blackfriars, and I might be shite, but that's all right because you have to work it out. So I feel like it's really helped me in terms of like social anxiety and stuff. I just feel better for doing it.
Space to fail, I think, is the phrase that I heard today.
I like that.
We were, I think it was Custon Innes that said that. We were at Glad FM today recording Jim's new podcast, Beyond the Cringe. So, and Custon Innes was talking about when the Archies took her in, they went, you've got permission to fail or space to fail here. So, you know, just to encourage people to just don't be scared of making mistakes. That's the only way you're going to learn, especially with comedy, because it's hard to objectively be funny because everybody's different.
Yeah.
And mistakes are funny in comedy as well, man. I mean, I've seen some stand-up comedy that was, I suppose, objectively seemed like it was going bad, but everybody's laughing, and the person's taking it good. You know, just messing up a line can be funny.
Aye.
What about your? I want to go back to the fact that I was at an improv night. What's your opinion on improv? Have you ever tried to do improv?
Well, I mean, anytime I host a gig, it's mostly improv.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like the improv group, it was like an improv group thing. So people were shouting out things.
Aye.
Do you know that?
Hi guys, we're going to split the room into Team A and Team B, and say I'm eating a tangerine for my breakfast and I'm allergic to peanuts. Go.
Yeah, I did that.
Do you know? No, I haven't, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't. I would happily do it. I think it would be a good laugh. I'm at a stage in my life now that I'm like, fuck it, man. Let's just do things for a laugh. See, if it was 10 years ago, I'd be like, nah, no way, man. I'm not doing that. Bunch of goons. But I'd happily go up and talk about a tangerine for fucking 47 minutes. I've been to a couple and they're good laughs. I mean, I know that improv and comedy for that is different. I mean, Scott Squad was 90% improvised. And,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, mate, it was improv. Aye.
So it's basically like the kind of sort of the Curb Your Enthusiasm type of like you've got a script roughly of this is going to happen, set up the scene, and then you just go for it.
Yeah, yep. And you've got 3 takes. So I would just be like, I've not got an ego here, guys. If it's shite, tell me it's shite. Feel free to feed me lines. So I would be talking to cameramen, lighting operators, boom operators and stuff, and they'd be like, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? And I'd try it because we're part of a team. That's the way I looked at it anyway.
I've got you were at the Darren Connell, the BBC called you today.
Yes. Welcome to my life.
So you get your wee pass and they get your name wrong.
Aye. Fucking idiots, man. I'm no better, but...
What you doing? You said meetings. Can you tell us what you working on something?
So I am currently writing something for Channel 4 and it won't be too long before it's out. And one of the producers that's working on it is based in that building, so that's why I was in the building today. I can't give too much information on it, but it'll be good. It'll be good and it'll be fun. And they get my name right, so there you go. Yeah, how can I moan about something?
Aye, of course you can.
I feel a wee bit shite, by the way.
That's alright, go for it.
This is probably why I'm not on the telly. I'm going to bitch about somebody in front of like 40,000 people. Have you ever listened to Off the Ball?
Yes, do you know, I was actually thinking this the other day, I phoned Off the Ball when I was about 9 or 10 year old. And I actually made a joke about Jim Farry. No, Fergus McCann. I made a joke about Fergus McCann or something. Anyway, it was about a vanishing ink pen. Because Gaza had just kicked off during... It doesn't matter. What about it?
Is this it's Tam Cowan, isn't it?
It was Tam Cowan and Stuart Cosgrove that were on then. I don't know. I don't listen to it anymore. I'm not aware of where it's at now. Is it still? I don't even know if
Aye, it's still on. I was on last week.
I know that Tam Cowan and Stuart Cosgrove do things at the Fringe and that. But yeah, so it's week 1 week. Yeah.
So I was on last week, and
Alright.
here's a bit of gossip. Anybody listening, gonna no tag fucking pages and that. Just let me just get that off my chest. So obviously they've not done their research. I done a Dundee panto about 9 years ago, right? And they were getting it. You looking forward to Dundee this year? And I was like, what are you talking about? I thought you were doing Dundee panto this year. And I was like, mate, that was 9 years ago. I don't know. I don't read that. And I was like, have you ever watched Scott Squad? And he's like, no, I knew you were going to say that. And I was like, fucking hell, mate. I can be funny when I can get a word in. And then that was it. That was it. 100 quid, but... I was like, why you getting me on the show and you don't even fucking know who I'm at? I think that's mental.
So how do you get on the show? Is it like just by talking about football on Twitter and then somebody goes, we've got this celebrity who's talking about Celtic, so let's invite him on the show?
Basically, aye. So it was Ray Bradshaw that asked us on, who's very funny, great guy.
He's obviously quite involved in the football scene. The reason I'm saying that is I'm basing that on, I've seen him loads of times. He's very funny. A proper professional on that stage, man. Doesn't surprise me that he can improv for half an hour. Does not surprise me. He's just got the confidence. He's always playing. He's got it. He was hosting. Remember during lockdown when they opened up? I think it was the Euros or the World Cup, and it was like you were allowed to go to the thing, but only if you sat down in your seat and watched it. It was lots of rules involved. And it was Craig Brown, he was interviewing Craig Brown. It was kind of like an off-the-ball style panel show.
Yeah.
So he seemed to be... It's not his podcast, it's something about football.
He's just started a new one, mate. I was a guest on yesterday. He's a great guy. But I didn't mean to, come across as ungrateful there, but...
I don't think anyone cares. I think everybody just wants a gig, man.
A wee bit of juicy bit of gossip.
Absolutely, 100%. Stephen says, Mark, the Blackfriars night is great. I'll see you there on Wednesday if you make it along, Stephen, from your very old work. Can you narrow it down, man? I've had a lot of jobs over the years. Where did I work? Stephen, I know a few Stephens. So all I've got is a profile picture that says S and the word Stephen and old work, and I've probably been sacked about 30 times. So I need more info. But yeah, I want to go this Wednesday. Who's on this Wednesday?
Mark Black is headlining.
Sorry, I've already said that. Mark Black, brilliant.
You're
Paul
full
Black.
of the zero.
Is it Paul Black? Is it Paul Black?
Oh, sorry, Paul Black.
Paul Black.
Sorry, I'm full of
Both
the zero.
brilliant.
As well.
Yeah, it's win-win either way.
Yeah.
And Raymond Mearns, superb as well. Timeshare, please. LAR, yeah, I know it is. All right, Stephen, how you doing, mate? LAR Services. It was I don't know if it was timeshare. It was a vacation ownership. That was my first ever job, man. It was a very old work. This was so old that we could smoke at our desk. You could smoke a cigarette at your desk. And Stephen will be there. Stephen will witness. He would have witnessed this one. My mate Mick, me and him were... No, Mick allegedly was taking a bong at his desk, and the boss caught him, and all his boss went, "For fuck's sake, what are you doing taking a bong at your desk?" Just gave him into trouble. He wasn't happy. But it wasn't like there was any disciplinary procedures or any consequences. It was just like, stop taking bongs at your desk. As we went through a sheet of paper and phone people. Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. Imagine if that happened now. You can't even drink Red Bull at your desk. Fucking hell.
Well, that's when the romance of call centres died, when the automation came in, I would say. Because it used to be quite... See, if you just had a good wee... If you were working with people that were quite sound, you'd actually have a bit of fun, and it was quite good. But I had a really bad timekeeping issue when I was in my teenage years, and when you just start getting automated. So if you're a minute late, you're going for a disciplinary. No, I don't believe in the whole 1 minute late thing anyway. I think you should be allowed to be a minute late. I'll work a minute. I'll stay for a minute later. I don't think it's that important. So I find it really hard to take it seriously if I'm 1 minute late.
Also, bring back bongs at desks.
Bongs at desks. Oh man, I couldn't even handle that anymore. Smoking weed, being stoned in a call centre. I mean, we've all done it. But no for me anymore. Jim says, can't even jag up at your desk. Woke nonsense. The woke brigade won't even let you smoke heroin while you're on the phones. Stacey says,
woke mafia.
Woke mafia. Stacey says, I'm going to go Bordello and Dropkick Murphys O2, or would be at Blackfriars Down. It goes every Wednesday.
Yes, it is every Wednesday. £4 a ticket. With that £4, you get a 2-for-1 pizza deal at Nonna Said. I don't get any money for Nonna Said, but I set up a pizza deal to get the punters in and to make that a nice wee comedy environment. And as you can tell, £4 a ticket, I don't earn much for it either, so I try to make it as cheap as possible.
And it's a Wednesday night. I seen you saying last night that Wednesday night comedy shouldn't work, but it does.
Yes.
What is the... I don't know if this is still the case, but I remember I used to go to the stand, this is about 12 years ago or something, maybe longer, and I always found that Sunday was a good night for comedy. Is that still the case? Or was that just wrong?
No, you're right. I haven't gigged at the stand in a long time.
Yeah.
I've not been as a punter for a long time either, so I don't really know what they do on a Sunday now, but back in the day when you were talking about, it was Michael Redmond's Sunday service.
It was Michael Redmond. Yeah.
Yeah. A very, very funny Irish comedian that was in Father Ted. But like me with Scott Squad, I think he's, obviously Father Ted is unbelievable, but he's so much more than what he is in Father Ted. He's a genius comedian. I'm not saying I'm a genius. That sounds like I'm blowing smoke up my arse. Help me, Mark, help.
Aye, no, I know what you're getting at. You're getting at the typecastification of being having a successful character. And does that annoy you? I suppose the equivalent in music would be like being known for one song, people wanting you to play the same song, or I could do that. Why did you not do that song? Does it annoy you, or are you grateful, or is it a bit of both, depending on how you're feeling?
It depends what song. I mean, if you were Bob Dylan, then aye. But imagine if you were Lady Sovereign, it'd be a bit shite. So, Lady Sov, even though she's got a couple of belters, to be honest.
Where is, I've not heard the Lady Sov for ages. What's she up to?
For some reason, I follow her on TikTok. I don't know why, but she just cuts about, man. She's got a cat. She's loving life.
She was signed by Jay-Z in 2005. That's the first thing that came up. Shout out to Lady Sovereign. Maybe we should have the Lady Sovereign X-ray ward, something like that. Maybe the Lady Sovereign Dennistoun Park. Speaking of Dennistoun, I don't know if you've heard that there was a storm. Is it Storm Iona? Sorry, I don't know how we say it. Ian. Storm Ian, we'll call it. Exploded an inflatable duck all over Dennistoun. And if you want a laugh, anybody wants a laugh, join the Dennistoun information page, because there is people taking sides from Connie's bathroom who had the big duck on top of and there's people who are saying it's just an act of God. It's not his fault. And there's other people who are taking the balls that fell out the duck and taking it to a lab and testing it to prove that the balls are not biodegradable and it's bad for the environment. Now, I know that you care about the animals and I know you care about the environment. So whose side are you taking in this? Do you think that the guy should be banned from Dennistoun? Banished forever? Or just banished forever? He should never be allowed again? Or can we just say, come on, it's just a duck exploded. And in the grand scheme of things, there's a lot worse things happening to the environment than that.
I like the idea of somebody getting banished in 2025. I think we should bring that back. Just let's banish him, man. He didn't empty his bins properly. I like how people square go. Like, see, small business owners, I love how they're just getting self-control. They're just like, if you've got a problem, one down in the office, then let's fucking sort it out outside. I'm on the guy's side, the guy that owns a duck. Like, the fact that he owns a duck anyway, I'm just like, you're a fucking hero, mate.
I'm on his side as well. Also because I don't want to fight him at Lacala. He just basically said, if anyone's got a problem, come and say it to my face. I'll be at Lacala at 10 o'clock. Lacala's a pub for anyone that doesn't know. He just like, fucking moan, say it to my face.
Amazing.
And it's now going, it's been building in the background, because I'm on the Dennistoun information page. I stayed there for years. So I've been watching it build and build and build. But now it's getting viral, it's going worldwide. It's almost like this year's Willy Wonka incident. It's growing legs, because people are testing it, testing the duck, testing fragments of the exploded duck, and calling him a liar. And he's saying, fucking, I'm not a liar. Say it to my face.
I love that. I mean, if I was a business owner, I would be a liar as well. You could literally you could catch me putting cement into the ocean and I would be like, it's biodegradable. Honestly, it's biodegradable. It's all right.
A sort of Donald Trump style. This is the most biodegradable material that's ever invented. This is the most biodegradable thing that's ever happened. At least, what's we got here? I've got... Make way for the SOV, says Stacey. At least Govan was safe. So, Govan, how did you survive the storm, or were you still hallucinating with your virus? Did you imagine, like, ducks exploding in front of your window?
Yeah, I had a great time, mate. I never had a chance to go out to the shops to get much food, so I had a couple of strange combos in the house. But I napped a lot, watched movies, and apart from the windy kind of shaking a wee bit, I was cool. I enjoyed it, man. I hope I'd prefer if it was like that all the time.
Just everything's cancelled, you don't need to leave the house.
Aye, all the buses off, all the trains off. Fucking brilliant.
Sorry, mate, I can't make it into work today, man. You'll need to find someone else to smoke a bong at the desk. It's just cancelled, innit? I can smoke a bong in a Zoom call, if that's all right. What about getting out to more international comedy? Because it's the Glasgow International Comedy Festival that you're playing.
Yeah.
So does that mean that cunts from other places are allowed to play it?
Yeah, everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. That's the beautiful part of Glasgow. Everyone's welcome, sprinkled with some alcoholism. No, the Glasgow Comedy Festival was off for a couple of years because of COVID, and now it's under new ownership. And it's nice that it's back. As you can see, there's some amazing acts there. Paul Black's doing a show.
There you are. So you're quite far up there. That's decent.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
You're third down. So you've got Susie and Russell and Paul Black. I don't know if I kind of recognise them, but I like Paul Black. I don't really know Russell Kane.
Russell Kane, aye.
I don't really know Russell Kane. I feel like I know their face and know the name, but I'm not that aware. But yeah, that's lots of good stuff happening.
Amelia's doing a show.
I'm going to that. I've got a ticket for that.
Good. You can buy a ticket to Amelia's show.
Oh, brilliant! Where's that?
She was asking for you.
Yeah, shouts to Amelia. So where's she playing? What day is that?
Amelia Baylor, she's doing Van Winkle. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the date.
I'll find it. But Amelia Baylor.
Amelia Baylor's my girlfriend, everybody. Sorry, humble brag. I get people coming up to us in the street and tell me to my face that I'm punching as well. It's fucking horrific.
that's what, you know, somebody said that to me when I first started going out with Joe, and it was, I didn't like it, and then I just remember one of my mates who was also punching, he's like, it's good, it's just something that people say, and
aye.
I suppose it's like a kind of less creepy version of saying, you're a lucky man.
I get people I get like old women being like that to her. Are you all right, hen? Do you need help? Blink if you need help. I think women are so much better than guys though. Like we age like fucking dogs, man. Like we go bald, we get dead fucking fat. My teeth are fucked. Like lassies just kind of stay the same. Maybe because we're just riddled with fucking hatred, self-hatred.
I put a link in the comments. So you've got Amelia's the 16th.
What a terrible fucking punt for my girlfriend's show. I'm like, maybe we're just riddled with self-hatred. Anyway, go and see my girlfriend's show.
Was so we got that's something there, and the tickets. I put the tickets in the link for your one. I thought I just read something today that was Tom Segura was playing, but it doesn't seem to be on the website.
Tom Segura's at the Glasgow Comedy Festival.
Well, that's what I don't know if I is this AI? Hold on, Glasgow. I heard that. Yeah, he's here. Yes.
Is he?
He's not on the website, but he's when you type in Tom Segura Glasgow Comedy, it comes up 21st of March at the Hydro. Maybe he was going to be touring anyway, and they've just went, do you know what? Let's just collaborate in this. Let's make it look we're going to do. He's headlining it. Also, he's not on the website.
Let me just say this as well, and this is no me bigging myself up, right? See Tom Segura. Tom Segura is a multi-millionaire, right? The guy will be doing 300 gigs this year everywhere, right? Don't go, unless you want to go and see him, and it will be good. Don't go and see people like that. Go and see people like Amelia in small venues, like, or other venues like, you know, The Stand, Van Winkle, these comedians that could be the next big thing instead of going and topping up a fucking millionaire's pension, essentially.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
You know, you're right. It gets, you know, it's like look at, so I don't know what the music equivalent is, like Kneecap, for example. Kneecap
exactly.
They were playing little venues, and now when they come back, it's going to be the Hydro, and it's going to be shite. Sorry, but it just for me, when it gets when we start having to go to a football stadium, it's the fun's lost for me. Like Christopher MacArthur Boyd, watching him play a theatre like that, you're like, this is special. He's worked really hard to get to this point, but he's probably on his way to a Hydro. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to the Hydro and watch, because I think Susie's playing. Did she play the Hydro as well?
No, she didn't. She was doing the Kings and Armadillo, I think.
Armadillo, but I think that's a good size. I would say that's the comedy equivalent of the bars. You know, where you're playing a nice big audience and it's fun. But you know, I think when someone gets so famous, like, you know, I've heard lots of. I've not actually been at the Hydro to see Kevin Bridges or anything like that, but I'm a big fan of his work. But I've heard people going and there's just always stories about people, you know, drinking too much.
Yeah.
And it's not the right size for a comedy. It's not intimate enough for that kind of thing. But just talking about, because you're on the third line of the website, which is good, that's almost top billing. Speaking of which, we're wait to see where we are. Where are we? We were just announced for a festival today, and we're not that this counts, not that it matters, right? I'm happy to play, but people secretly care about this stuff. Where are we? We are the third from the bottom. We're playing Eden Festival. We are third from the bottom. But it's worth bearing in mind that we're bottom of the top because there's 250 acts, and at least we're in the poster, the first announcement poster that came out today.
Yes.
So there'll be another 250. There's probably many's there, probably about 50. Another 200 acts. So we're just glad to be in the first wave of the poster.
Good, man. Well done.
Yeah. I didn't do anything, but it's just someone else's decision.
No, well done in gigging there.
What?
Well done in gigging there, I mean.
Yeah, all right, aye. Thanks. We're talking about Tom Segura. What about Bill Burr and Billy Corgan being brothers? Is that a bit they're doing? Or is this, what's going on there?
As far as I'm aware from what I've seen in the background, I think it's a bit. I mean, it would really shock me if they were related as brothers, but I think it's a bit, mate. Which is very funny.
It is. It's great either way. I just thought that, yeah, when he came on the podcast, but it got me for a few seconds, but it feels like a bit.
Yeah.
But Bill Burr is a good actor because
Yes.
he genuinely looks uncomfortable with the whole thing.
Yes. Bill
And
Burr's amazing.
And also he held back his one-liners and stuff in a way that made it feel like it was realistic. Because, Bill Burr's just normally destroying anybody that gets in his path. But he let the guy off the hook. I mean, if he was really upset, then of course it would have been different. How would you rate Bill Burr in the grand scheme of things? I personally think he's maybe the best at the minute, and from America.
Aye, it's hard to disagree with that, mate. I think he's the best because he's so consistent. I don't think I've ever watched him and he's been shite. I've watched Dave Chappelle and he's been poor before.
Yeah.
I've never watched Bill Burr and I've thought, getting a wee bit much or you need a rest. And I think he's got funny bones, man.
Yeah, I think Bill Burr's just at the stage where he worked so hard to get to this point that he's still hungry for it. And I think sometimes you've got your Chappelles and stuff. Obviously, Chappelle's incredible, but obviously, there's no doubt about that. But I think he's just so successful now that he just doesn't give a fuck sometimes. And who else when we talk international American comedy? Sorry. For American comedy, who is anyone else that's standing at tea just now?
I really like a stand-up comedian called Chris DiStefano. He's from America and he's doing really well. He came over, I gigged with him at the Stand about 10 years ago, and within the last 5 years he's became worldwide, and he's another great guy that I'm just happy that's doing well. He's fantastic. In America, I mean, I love Chappelle as well. Bill Burr, Chris DiStefano, Bobby Lee. I like Bobby Lee. He's funny.
Yeah. He's never done a special.
I know.
Which I found quite hard to believe.
I know.
But he's just announced that he's going to do one.
Oh, is he? That's good.
He is. He's just announced that he's finally. I think he got someone. One of the. I don't know if it's HBO. I think it's somebody that's trying to start a new comedy type streaming service. I think he got the money was too much to knock back. So that should be interesting to watch. Because I've not really seen a lot of his stand-up. I've just seen little bits, little clips, and I've seen... obviously, he's naturally funny on podcasts. What do you make of comedy podcasts in America changing the election, the historic changes down to a couple of guys having beers and making everyone vote Trump?
I mean, that's essentially how Trump won it, really, is that he went on a few podcasts. I think it's became saturated. I think it's Joe Rogan, man. I don't really dislike the guy, but it's just a bit much. And I would rather listen to a football podcast now or a Scottish podcast like Some Laugh. I've had a wee bit too much of the American podcasts, the comedy podcasts. It's a bit of a brain rot for me.
They've all done it. They're all on each other's shows too much. Speaking of which, when am I going on your show?
Mate, you're more than welcome to come on. I could get you on next week if you want.
Well, no, it's maybe just a bit too soon.
How?
Well, maybe no. What day do you record it?
I don't know. I'll get dates to you.
We'll do it next week. I feel like it's been a long month. I've just finished the album, so I'm going to be ready. I was just waiting until the album was finished before I done it.
I can get you on whenever. Then it doesn't have to be next week.
As of next week, I'll take next week. Well, I'm not going to take it off, but I just need to relax for a week.
That's cool.
But I'm going to have the final masters on Monday to listen to the album from start to finish. So I'll be in a better place in a week. And man. So if anyone wants to invite me on anything, I need to do actually some promo because we've still got quite a lot of tickets left for the 29th of March. So we've got a 550 capacity.
Oh, aye.
But it's January though, innit? So I'm just hoping that when I get my daily ticket update by tomorrow, it's going to have shot through the roof. But buy your tickets. Buy your tickets for Darren Connell show, and buy your tickets for our show as well. In fact, we're going to give tickets away to who was it that said the Yum, whoever said Yum Hospital, Grant. You've got 2 tickets to Gyro Baby's album launch, and Darren's, you said that you've got a few tickets to give away for the Blackfriars gig. I'll send a wee message to the patrons, and the first few to get back can go and enjoy it. I'll try and get there on Wednesday as well. But yeah, man, it's been great talking to you, man, and good luck for this show. How would you sum it up? What are people going to go away feeling after they've been to the King's Theatre, or the Yum Yum Theatre, or the Jimmy Cranky Theatre?
The Jimmy Cranky,
the Lady Sovereign Theatre. The Lady Sovereign Theatre. That actually has a good ring to it. Oh, no pun joke. Sovereign ring joke. Meant. What are they going to feel after they've been to the Lady Sovereign Theatre?
Genuinely, hand to my heart, I think they're going to walk away from my show in March, regardless if you think I'm funny or no. I think you'll think that is a working class stand-up comedian that has done nothing but work hard, and he's earned that chance. Nobody's gave him it. He's earned it, and I'm going to sweat blood into making it as good as I possibly can, and hopefully people that come and enjoy it. It's going to be the biggest gig of my life, and I'm excited for it. I've been through a lot of shite gigs and a lot of nonsense. You know yourself, mate. You know what it's like, man. It's fucking mental.
We just scared away. We just had one last week where we scared away the crowd. It was over. Well, I don't want to say too much, but it was just we were maybe not the right. Maybe it was the wrong demographic. It was just we seemed to scare people. We were the guitars were too distorted. Maybe we were a bit too loud. Maybe, I don't know. But it was good though. It was a little reminder to everybody, because you're going to get them once. I would say that we average 1 in 8 gigs. 7 gigs will be good. Then there'll be one that just reminds you that here, fuck it, be grateful. Be grateful for the other ones. So yeah, we left our ego at the door. Everyone was ready for it, and people left in they left in trickles. They didn't leave in their droves like I thought. So it was actually a win. They just left. 6 would leave, then another 6 would leave. So it wasn't like a mass walkout or anything like that. Everyone was very polite about it. And maybe they just had a bus to catch, do you know?
Yeah,
it was
maybe.
It was a stormy weekend. Maybe there was travel issues as well. But yeah, I wanted to actually, but I forgot to ask you about TikTok. So, because you're TikTok famous, that's a fact, isn't it?
Aye, my TikTok's doing pretty well. I wouldn't call myself TikTok famous. I mean,
well, see, what's the difference? Because I don't really use TikTok. I've made a TikTok, and I've uploaded a couple of videos. They did shite, and then I just forget that it exists until I've got something to promote, which is probably the wrong way to do it. But what was the vibe in TikTok?
Oh,
because the American government tried to ban it. What was happening? Was there people freaking out?
Scottish TikTok's a fucking bin fire, mate. So that's why I don't really want to call myself famous in general. You've got a lot of mental Scottish people eating fucking microwave curries and getting food reviews on it. After I've spoke about eating smoked sausages, it's a tool that I use that's helped me. It has helped me. I put some of my stand-up clips up, and it's done really well.
Oh shit! Hold on, can I play the clip?
Aye.
Let's play the clip,
mate. It's 5:10 on a Friday, and I'm in my bed with my arse singing it. I've got all the time in the world.
Right, cool. Let's have a little snippet, because I did go to the trouble of downloading it and uploading it. I just forgot. I was supposed to have a wee break in the middle, but we just kept talking. So. What do you want to give us a bit of context to where are we in this clip and what's going
on? This one would have been at Blackfriars, and this is when I was hosting. So I'm very grateful that this is an improvised clip as well. So a comedian, Jack Trainer, told me about the song, and I improvised it, and the sound guy helped me when we were on stage. So I'm grateful that we got it on camera, and it's done really well on TikTok.
So it's time to lighten the mood a wee bit, guys, and put your phone away. I'm still signed on, please turn off. Normally they see me with a neck brace on. I'm like, So we're going to lighten it up a wee bit. Okay? Okay. September 11th. That's you that's laughing, not me. I'm just saying the next time, before we get the next comedian on, we're going to do a minute's silence. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing at terrorism? Yous are horrible, guys. But I'll tell you one funny thing about it, right? And it's no me that discovered this. It was, you know, Jack, the guy down the door with the ginger mullet. He looks fucking mental. He looks like he fights bare-fisted boxing. He looks like he's had 400 bare-fisted boxing fights. That's him that was down the door. I was just like, 9/11's fucking mental, isn't it? Because I'm 37 and he's like 22, so he was like in his dad's boz when it happened. And I still remember when it happened. So he pulled out his phone, right? And I don't know if this is going to work down here, but I find this fucking mental. He found, or you, the Irish might know, you might not know this. Have you ever heard of DJ Sammy? What's that, mate? I think he plays up a shackle. Plays up a shackle. There's like a IRA UVF remix of DJ Sammy. So basically, Jack on the door found a DJ Sammy 9/11 remix. And it's 15 years old, and I'm going to try my best to play it right. So I can't get it on Spotify, or I'll get the sound guy to play it air the speakers, but obviously it's by fucking DJ Marijuana or something, so let's just try and play it. Bastard, man! It's no playing. Fuck off, 2 seconds. Try and get an internet. Imagine this on at the Hydro. Kevin Bridges in front of 12,000 people. 2 seconds, right? I've just got something on my phone, right?
It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mom says you're safe now in a beautiful place called heaven. We have your favorite dinner tonight. I ate it all up, even though I don't like carrots.
I can't believe I have to stone here while that's playing.
I learned how this one this summer. I can even open my eyes. I'm underwater. Can't you see me?
Baby, you're all that I want. When I'm lying here in my arms, I find it hard to believe 9/11.
Sorry, kindergarten this year.
And so TikTok loved it.
Thank you very much, mate. Also, I need to tell you that I spoke about it because it was 9/11. It was a Wednesday night and it was 9/11.
And so TikTok, what's the chances of, so you're saying that did well on TikTok?
Yeah.
What percentage are we talking here when the algorithm likes it? Does it go 80% better than a normal post, or like, what we talking as somebody that doesn't understand TikTok?
I'm not really good with numbers. I would say a normal video does about 5,000 views, and then a video like that does like 50. I've had a couple of videos go 100, 200. I've had one that nearly done 1 million. So I was talking shit about Gareth. I seen Gareth Gates, mate. See, when I don't know if you've seen this.
I did see this. I did see something about this, but yeah, tell the story.
Right, so see, right before I got the norovirus, See that way you know you're getting sick and you can taste shite in your mouth and you're like, I'm going to get sick. There's something wrong with me. I was walking through the Four Corners, right? And see when I was half tripping, Gareth Gates walked past me at the Four Corners, mate. I swear on my man's life. And I was like, at first I was like, no way, man, I'm fucking out my nut. Because why would Gareth Gates be at the Four Corners? Got my phone out. And I was like, guys, you'll never guess what. Gareth Gates just walked past me at the Four Corners. Everybody was like, ah, you're a crackpot. You're full of shite. You've relapsed. Next day, he posts a photo. BBC Scotland, he's getting interviewed after Michelle McManus. So I was like, there you go. It was Gareth Gates at the Jimmy Cranky Brain Injury Clinic. So there you go.
It'd be funnier though if it wasn't Gareth Gates, even though he was in Glasgow.
Aye.
There's a percentage, there is a small percentage chance that it was just a guy that looked like Gareth Gates, but he just so happened to be in Glasgow at the exact same time. And he's like, I didn't walk through the Four Corners. I suppose the way we need to get Gareth Gates to confirm this. In fact, Michelle McManus was hosting the gig that we didn't do very well at last week. It was Michelle McManus hosting. It was people doing beautiful Burn songs a cappella, and then we were coming on with distorted guitars and shouting about the Daily Mail.
Smoking bongs.
Fucking bongs. One thing I want to talk about is fitness, because obviously I've been going to the gym 8 times since Christmas according to Matt, or 9 times including yesterday. So 9 times since Christmas. On the 1st of January, I was there at 8:30 in the morning or something.
Amazing.
So I've been doing the treadmill. You've got a mobile treadmill. I don't know if that's the right term.
Yes.
Is that a term? So how fast do you walk? Because you've obviously you've been getting your steps in for years now. Do you crank it right up? What does a walking with Darren Connell look like?
Walking for me in the house is I can't really watch a movie when I'm using it because it is quite loud, but it's really good for when the football's on. So normally because if the football's on, right, I'll be like, oh man, I feel really bad for like sitting on the couch and watching the football. But if I walk for 90 minutes, that's like 5,000-6,000 steps on top of the 10,000 steps I would get outside. It only goes up to a certain speed, number 6 it goes up, so it's like quite a fast walk, but you're fucking drinking cups of tea on it and stuff, you know, exactly breaking a sweat. But how do you want to buy it, Affis? 40 quid?
Well, I was thinking about getting one. I've looked at it. It pops up in it's coming up in my adverts. It's appearing in my Amazon, or even like, here, you were looking at this. Close the deal. I just don't think I've got much. I just don't got much space in here.
Mate, I'm telling you, see if you do 10,000 steps a day and just figure out your calories, it'll change your life. As I fucking ate a smoked sausage tonight, but do you know what I mean?
So how many steps you need to do to get rid of that?
10,000 steps a day, mate.
10,000 steps, and you get rewarded with a smoked sausage. They just...
Mate, it's about calories in, calories out.
Yeah.
So if a doctor...
You actually made me realise as well that it's one of the reasons I've probably not lost weight is, even though I've been going to the gym, I've been drinking non-alcoholic Guinness quite a lot.
That's probably no good.
I'm on about 24 cans a day. No, obviously nothing like that, but I'm still having my... I'm not too bothered about the calories just now. It's not about vanity, it's just about generally just trying to feel a bit better.
Yeah.
So I'm not like trying to give myself like food rules or anything like that. I just think that naturally I've been eating healthier just because, you know, when you've just actually spent some time in the gym, you don't want to. You walk by the chippy and just think, if I want chips, I can just make oven chips. You know, there's a part of you that just doesn't want to undo all the good work naturally. But I'm not giving myself any rules. I'm mostly home cooked, but I'll have a takeaway if I want. You know what I mean?
Mate, see this, I don't want to bore. I mean, it's Friday night, man. People are probably full of cake listening to this.
Everybody is get paid, and they're just decided that they're ducking out dry January, and 8 o'clock. If they're watching us right now, they are not drinking. I'm guessing. Is anybody, let us know in the comments, he's drunk? Are you drinking, mates?
I tell you what,
try to get to midnight.
I'm 9 years sober in December there, mate, and I miss Bucky. But here, calories, mate. If you know the amount of calories that you should eat a day, I could eat a chippy every single day. See, as long as I'm in a calorie deficit, I can eat whatever I want. My heart will probably explode. I might die before I'm 40, but I will lose weight. It's about calories in, calories out.
So, I have heard this. How do you find out how many calories you're allowed?
So you can get the NHS website, right? You go in the BMI calculator, you put in your height, your weight. So say somebody's 20 stone and they're 6 foot, it would say your daily calories are 3,000 calories a day. So for you to go in a calorie deficit, you would put yourself to 2,500 a day. So the last time I checked, my calories were, I was quite heavy when I checked, so my calories were like 3,800. No, wait a minute, sorry. 2,800, and I put myself down to 2,200. Get MyFitnessPal, and I just literally ate whatever I wanted, as long as it was 2,200 calories a day, and I'd done my 10,000 steps. I'm a 34 in the waist, I'm an XL, and a shirt, sometimes it's tight, sometimes it's loose, my banger's big. Here, mate, life is good, mate.
Can you get too obsessed with the calorie counting though? This is the thing? Can it not become I suppose if you're aware of what things are in general, or are you specifically putting it into an app?
Oh, you can get obsessed. I mean, I know a boiled egg is 70 calories. That's pathetic.
70 calories. So I'm probably the treadmill. According to the machine, but once again, I don't. How does the machine know? I'm not sure there's much science to that, but I'm probably doing about 70 calories, 0.7 miles in the treadmill at brisk, according to the machine that I use. But I'm brisking it up, and I can feel the at the start, it was like the heart rate going up was kind of giving me anxiety. Because it's like, trying to avoid that feeling. But now I can feel myself. I'm just brisking it. I'm going full steam ahead. But it doesn't seem like walking does a lot to the calories. Like, it seems like you need to do quite a lot to get the egg.
No, mate, no.
20 minutes. How much walking to get rid of an egg?
Mate, 10,000 steps from the moment you wake up in the morning to you go to bed. So that could be taking the stairs at work instead of the lift. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be breaking a sweat. As long as you just do 10,000 steps, you can get a step counter in your phone. So if you finish early work one day, just walk it home for work, and you'll probably do 10,000 steps. And
music festivals are mental for that. We were doing 30,000, 40,000 in a day, doing a music festival. Stephen's not drinking tonight because, as a wise man once said, hangovers are shite. They are shite. Honestly, man, I think I'm done with them. I like the idea of just never having a hangover again. And there was, there was a couple of, like I said, being social this month, going to the comedy gigs, going to a couple of music gigs, and I was in the studio finishing the album. And obviously I wouldn't drink before I wouldn't drink before I record, but usually just after it, when you're listening back, I would normally have a can and stuff like that, but I didn't do that. And then playing the gig, I like a beer before I went on stage, but I'll just have a Guinness Zero. They ran out of Guinness Zero, but it felt good to just, like, what does one can of beer do anyway? It's not like making me better, it's doing very little. So I think and it's a buzz, man. I mean, it was quite scary. And
well, if you're ever looking for a sober friend, I'm always here, mate. We can go for a munch or a coffee.
Yeah, I think I'm getting into it because the jump when I was younger. I used to get steaming before we used to play gigs like years ago. Because obviously, looking back, I was probably shiting myself, but I didn't realise. And then when phone cameras started getting better, I was like, no, I can't have that. I can't have footage of that going about. So I've just been kind of just one beer before I go on stage and one beer on stage. But I want to get rid of it completely because genuinely feeling that adrenaline
Yeah.
and I think I could get into that. Although
Which
this is what I did actually. This is a good question for you. The thing that did bother me was I stayed at a B&B after it, and that was me awake till 4 in the morning. How do you deal with that? Do you not get buzzing after a gig? How do you switch off?
I do get buzzing after gigs, mate. But what age are you?
We don't talk about that, but we'll say clinging on to my 30s. I'm clinging on.
Well, I'm 37, mate, and I've been doing it for that long now that I'm just kind of used to it because I've been sober for 9 years. So I don't have coffee after 4 o'clock on a gig night. And I've cut down on coffee anyway. I probably have one every second day. I drink a lot of Lucozade and that. But it's just becoming aware, like, if I drink a coffee after 5 o'clock, I'm probably not going to sleep. Same way, like...
I'm the same. I love coffee, but I don't know, sometimes I'm alright, and then sometimes it's so nice I have a second one, and I'm talking about early on in the day even.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's not like I'm totally wired or anything, it's just that I'll notice that I'm not going to sleep till about 5 in the morning, and then I'm getting up. And because you're so tired the next day, you need another coffee, and it's just like, well, it is an addiction.
Aye, and it's the same with Red Bull and all that. I don't drink that on gig nights, but see if I get to a gig, mate, it's just about like... just having common sense. Like, I do get really high after a gig and I get really mad lows if I die in Mars as well. But see if I'm gigging on a Friday night and I do well, I'm like, fuck it, if I want a McDonald's or a chippy, I'm going to have it. And I go back, watch a movie, and probably would fall asleep for maybe 1 or 2 o'clock. I've got a girlfriend now as well, so maybe I'd just go back to hers and chill. But it's not that hard for me, mate. I've got vitamins here. I've got these magnesium citrate. That helps you with sleep. So I take 2 of them.
I've got that as well. I've got my magnesium. Magnesium and I can't read it for you, but I think it's magnesium and vitamin B12 or something.
Aye, they give you mad dreams.
It does seem to help.
Yeah. Aye, or we could just smoke bongs, mate.
Smoke bongs at our desk.
No, but I mate here. Aye,
protein. Right, last fitness question. Do you know anything about protein powder? Some people tell me that I need to have my protein powder after I've done my weights. Is this real?
So I've got a nutrition company that sponsors my podcast, and if you want a discount, mate, it's actually called Smoke Sausage 30. Because, honest to God, mate, I can sort you out. I'm not even kidding on it.
Nootropics, Smoke Sausage, Nootropics.
Aye. Here, I'm not an expert on protein or weights, but I know that protein's good for you. I know that...
It's got calories though as well. So
not a lot of calories though.
No, right.
And protein fills you up as well, mate. So when I back in the day when I was actually quite fit, see in the morning, do you like cottage cheese?
I don't mind it.
Right, listen to this for a wee trick. See in the morning, I had 4 boiled eggs in a bowl with a couple of spoonfuls of cottage cheese, mash it up instead of meal, and I would have that with some salt and pepper. You're talking about 50 grams of protein. See that, mate? That's so much protein, it will probably fill you up to dinner time. That's what protein does. It's food for your muscles and it's filling.
I've pretty much had a boiled egg sandwich every day this month, and with salt and pepper, like you said. I love it. It's a good breakfast.
I love how you said I love it there.
I know, I do. Like I'm actually, like today I was actually just going, because I think Jim's watching the show, we were recording Jim's new podcast, Beyond the Cringe, coming soon.
Jim, what's his surname?
Jim Morning.
Jim, how you doing, mate?
Poet
yes,
Jim.
The poet, yes.
Yep. So
you're going to ask him about protein? I know you can't. Why are you asking me about protein? I'm getting the fear.
Well, before I went, I was like, I didn't really get a good sleep last night, and I was just like, oh, I've got to go and do all this stuff. And then I was like, you've got your boiled egg, you've got your Lurpak, you've got your everything's fine. And I just had my boiled egg, and I went, I'm grateful for my boiled egg, and it's every day. But I feel like that takes a lot of the thought process away from my daily, as I'm having my boiled egg, and I fucking love it. Yeah. I don't know how long this is going to last for, but I'm not sponsored by boiled eggs, but I'm open to offers.
Mate, I want 4 boiled eggs, right, for your breakfast tomorrow. Cottage cheese.
With bread. The bread's bad. You want it? You don't like bread, do you?
Mate, I'd eat a full fucking... Mate, I told you I had a piece in smoked sausage 20 minutes before the podcast. No, it's just, if you have 4 boiled eggs with lots of cottage cheese, imagine people watching this, they'll be like, why is Bobby for Scott Squad talking about fucking boiled eggs? I'm just saying, if you had 4 boiled... I feel like I'm full of eckies at a party. Boiled eggs with cottage cheese, man, for your breakfast. As I'm doing smoked sausage farts in my fucking room.
Jim's got, he's still watching. Just in a lamb biryani, proteined up to my eyeballs.
Aye, that's a good dinner. Lamb's good. I like lamb.
Okay, well, I think I've got enough. I was just genuinely. That wasn't like I wasn't podcast mode. That was me just trying to say, like, okay, it's January. Like, I think I should probably get my tax return finished because it's the 31st of January and it's 9:15. So I'm going to go and do that. And
I've never had an interview end like that, mate. I need to go and finish my tax return.
it was just
man.
like I just felt relaxed. I was just like I went from like the chilled, relaxed, enjoyed vibe because I'm on the CBD infused trip. I've just had one of them.
Aye,
it's not
CBD.
It's not as good as smoking a bong at your desk, but it does the job. And I went from that just feeling quite like, oh, this is nice. I'm grateful for being sobriety and no hangovers and eating eggs. There's always a hang in there. There's always a hang to just ruin your day, and that's my thing. So I'm going to get that done because it's actually freaking me out. So I'm going to finish that.
Thank you.
One more time, promote that gig one more time, and I'll put this out in the audio channels as well.
Thank you very much. So my gig is at the King's Theatre in Glasgow on the 27th of March. That's a Thursday night. There's also going to be an after party at Blackfriars when I'm going to make the tickets £2 or something, and those tickets are going to get donated to a charity. I'm also going to buy pizza in, and I'll hire a DJ, and it's just going to be a celebration. So if you like me, if you've seen Scott Squad, if you like stand-up comedy, it would really mean a lot and possibly change my life for the better if you've bought a ticket for the King show. It'd mean a lot, and get it right up the fucking pavilion, man. Cranky bastards.
Amazing, man. Yeah, thank you, Dan. I'll see you there. That's me. Got it in my diary. I'll go and I'll get my ticket. I get paid on Monday, so I'll get my ticket. I'll support the thing. And
Love you.
See you there, man. All the best, mate. Darren Connell, go to the King's Theatre or the Lady Sovereign Theatre or whatever it is. I hope that you enjoy your lamb biryanis and the rest of dry January. And I'll see you soon. When's the next show? Don't know. The Gyro Babies album, Dreams Are Mental, is officially finished. Pre-order it on Bandcamp. Get your tickets on Skiddle. And I'll see you soon.
Do you want weirdo or do you want it?